Hey guys, Minecraft video here. Today I will be doing my first in what I hope will become a series of video with Tekkit. And Tekkit is it's sort of a mod pack, but it installs all of the mods for you. It's very helpful. I'll do a video later on how to get it. But for now I just want to show you sort of an overview of what you can do with Tekkit. So after you launch it, it'll take you to the loading screen, all that normal stuff. It actually it's called Tekkit Launcher, and it includes several mod packs: Tekkit, Hack/Mine, Vanilla, Yogbox. So there's a lot you can do with it, and it'll just install. It does all the heavy lifting for you, which is really helpful. It installs a lot of mods. So let's see, yeah. This is a factory that I built, and it's got, as you can see, a ton of machines inside, lots of pipes and wires and boxes, and I'll explain some of this stuff later, but I want to show you how it is powered. And one of the things that Tekkit adds, it's actually Industrial Craft is the main mod here that I'm using, but Industrial Craft adds power, like electricity, to the game, measured in EU, and you need electricity to power your machines. So as you can see, I've got 5 solar panels hooked up to a energy storage unit. I don't know what the acronym is, and it all feeds into one central energy storage unit. It's I don't know, it took me a little bit of time to figure out the design for this. It's like a solar flower, basically. You've got a hierarchy of solar panels eventually feeding into one thing. So the first thing I'd like to show you is the my canning machine, actually. So I'll start pumping out some fish. As you can see, these are raw fish, and you've got a piston, and it's pumping them out of this chest here. So that's what they're doing. It's just a piston pumping them out of the chest, and they go down a big long pipe here, and they're put into these special furnaces called induction furnaces. You also have electric furnaces, but I prefer induction furnaces over electric furnaces. And I don't know, if you play around with Industrial Craft long enough, you'll figure out what the difference is. But so yeah, you've got raw fish going down the pipeline, and then they get smelted into cooked fish pretty quickly, and it's all powered by electricity. It's not powered by coal, it's powered by electricity, as you can see. So there it is. There's cooked fish, and then the cooked fish are being piped out of the induction furnaces into the canning machines, which are shown here. And the canning machines basically put them into tin cans. And really the advantages to tin cans are they stack up to 64, and you can can any food, and they all turn into the same thing. So say you've got an apple, a steak, a pork chop. You can condense all of that into one inventory slot by canning them. Alright, so that's the next machine I want to show you. It is a ore refinery, fully automated ore refinery. So first thing I'll do is not place that. I'll switch on some pumps, or whatever you call them, engines. I guess they're called engines, with gold in one, tin in another, iron in another, and you can see they've all got different ores. Just ores, the very basic form. So yep, we've got 4 different ores being pumped down to the macerators, and you can see they're being sorted here. They're being sorted through the magic of diamond pipe, which allows you to set filters. So you can see the gold goes down that one. See, the iron ones will go down the far right one there. And they all feed into machines called macerators, which basically macerators take an ore and they grind it into dust. And the dust is like 2, so you can see 1 iron makes 2 dust. And then this dust can be smelted into iron ingots. So it basically doubles your ore. If you mine one iron, and you macerate it, you're getting 2 iron ingots out of that 1 ore. So it's a very important machine. I usually make it early on in the game. When I'm doing survival, this is obviously creative mode. and then you can see more induction furnaces smelt down the dusts and pipe them along and sort them again, and that's basically it. It's a fully automated ore refinery. You've got your ores being sorted and macerated, and then ores being smelted down, and then finally sorted into the appropriate chests. All powered by electricity. Just so you know, you've got your furnaces that need electricity. Your macerators need a lot of electricity. So yeah, and here's another small machine. Pretty simple. It's a battery charging machine. You've got empty batteries being pumped out of there, and obviously batteries store EU. That's what they do. They store electricity, and you can carry it around with you later. You don't usually need batteries, but sometimes you do. It's just a helpful thing to have. So yeah, that's basically what it does. It pumps them in there and it charges it. Next thing I'd like to show you is actually behind the power generator room, whatever you want to call it. It is the recycler room. And as you can see, I've got a long row of recycling machines, and then I've got some random junk in the chests, and you can see I've got diamond piping with filters set. And what the recyclers do is they're like a high-tech method of disposal for unwanted items. If you've got items you don't need, like, I don't know, you have crappy stone tools that aren't worth anything, just taking up space, you can put those in the recycler instead of, like, dumping them into a lake or a pool of lava. You just pump them into a recycler. The recyclers don't take too much electricity, and they get rid of your items. And sometimes they make scrap, and scrap is not really important early on in the game, but it is later. So as you can see, we've got the recyclers being sorted, and the reason why I have so many is, like any machine, they can only take one type of item at a time. So that's why I've got filters set on them, and then some of them I don't have filters set on. So, you know, that just keeps it all even, so that nothing gets clogged up. I can set as many, I mean, not as many, but I think I have 12 machines. I can set up to 12 filters. So what you can see now coming out of the recyclers is scrap, and it will eventually all be pumped down into this chest over here. And scrap is useful for one thing, and that is the mass fabricator. And the mass fabricator does just what it sounds like. It actually creates matter, and the matter is really, really pretty cool. You can use it to craft anything you want, really. So I'll just go ahead and cheat myself some matter, because I don't think I have time to wait for yeah, see, I don't have any gold piping on this setup, so it will take a while for the scrap to get down there. But I'll go ahead and cheat myself some scrap. You can see it's way at the bottom here. Nope. There it is. There it is. So here's the scrap, and I'll start, yeah. So I just turned off the switch, and now you can see that it's progressing toward creating the matter. But the scrap actually makes it go faster, and this is important because it takes 1,000,000 EUs to create just one piece of matter. And if you might not know, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of electricity for one piece of matter. But the scrap makes it go faster, so you don't have to waste your energy. And with my current solar setup, I don't really have enough power to run a mass fabricator constantly. It does take a lot of electricity, but I recently discovered high voltage solar arrays, and I was thinking about installing those, but then I got lazy. So there you can see it created a piece of UU matter, which I don't know what the UU stands for, but it's basically matter. That's what the mass fabricator generates. It's very valuable stuff, and I will show you what you can do with it once I get some more here. Just going to go ahead and cheat myself some more. Alright, and the crafting recipes for this UU matter are still somewhat unknown, but I'll show you the most important one, which is diamond. If you put in 9 UU matters, you know, you fill up the crafting grid, you can make yourself diamond. So that's one use for it. If you don't, once you mine all your diamond, you can also make clay like that, and you can make gunpowder like that. And I don't know all the crafting recipes. The most important one is diamond, I think. Of course, that also takes the most matter. And one of the mods that comes with the Tekkit mod pack is Equivalent Exchange, which if you've never heard of that mod, it adds alchemy to the game. And one of the things you can have with that is an energy condenser. There's snowball recipe right there, and redstone recipe. That's important. It adds alchemy to the game, and one of the things you can make is an energy condenser. And I just feel like that's really overpowered because you can make a stack of diamond from from just a few ores. So anyway, yeah, that's the basics of Tekkit. You've got industrial craft with your electricity, your machines, lots of automation, lots of possibilities. If you play it in survival, which is what my friend and I are doing, right now we're doing a multiplayer server, there's like a lot to do. It expands the game. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to build giant factories like this. Have your automated ore refineries and your canning machines. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You'll be seeing more in the future. I might be posting some videos of my friend and I's Tekkit server, and I'll definitely post some more tutorials. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.